Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Ronel and this is episode 1 of Beat Breakdown, and today we're going to be breaking down Icy. If you want to buy my beat, my socials are right here. You can buy it on BeatStars, you can listen to it on my SoundCloud and YouTube, and make sure to follow me on Instagram. Now let's get to the beat.
It's Ronel.
Alright, so this is my beat Icy. We're working in Logic Pro X. The first track we have is reverse strings. It's going to be playing just a G sharp up to a B, down to an E, and then an E flat, and that's what it sounds like. And so on this track we just have an EQ taking out the lows and raising the highs, and also this plugin called Wider, which basically spreads out your instrument. And I like using Wider because it basically sets a place for your instruments to be in the stereo setting. You're gonna see me using Wider a lot, and also a gain plugin to a gain stage, which I'll talk about later. Alright, so after the reverse strings, I added a glockenspiel. It's gonna be just playing the same notes as the reverse strings, but this time it has a little delay effect, which I put on. And here's what it sounds like. And also for the EQ, I just have it getting rid of the lows, and then also gain staged it. So after that glockenspiel, I added another glockenspiel, and it was higher, but I half-timed it. So here's what it sounds like without halftime. With halftime, I thought it sounded way cooler with halftime. But basically we just have an EQ getting rid of a lot of the lows and mids and raising the highs a little bit, and halftime Wider, also about 50. Also Pancake, which basically brings it left and right, another free plugin. Wider is also a free plugin, and also gain staged. So after that we added a piano, basically playing the chords of those root notes. So we have G minor going to a B, down to an E, and then E flat. And here's what that sounds like. It's also a forefront piano, which is another free plugin. I like the sound. It sounds like bad but good. So after that we added a guitar, just one of the stock guitars from Logic, and it's just gonna be playing straight eighth notes, and here's what it sounds like. So these are the effects we have on it. It's just the stock settings for the Roots rock guitar in Logic. An amp, an EQ just to get rid of the lows and highs and just raise the mids a little bit, and also a gain stage. So after that we added a Mellotron flute, and here's what it sounds like. And this is what the MIDI pattern looks like. Alright, so for the effects we have on this is just a channel EQ, cutting out the lows and cutting out the highs, and also Wider again, and a gain stage. Alright, so with all of our instruments, this is what we have for our melody. Alright, now let's get to the drums. So for the drum pattern without the 808, this is what it sounds like. For my kick, I just cut out the lows, raise about 500. I feel like that's where my punch usually is. Gained it, and also put a compressor so it sounds a little bit tighter. And then for my snare, I just EQ'd out some of the lows and gain staged it. All of these 4 tracks are just gain staged for the effects. For the 808s, basically just playing the same notes as the reverse strings and glockenspiel, and this is what it sounds like with the drums. Alright, with everything together, this is what it's going to sound like. And if you're going to want to see more, listen to it on SoundCloud and YouTube, or you can buy it on BeatStars. Alright, so how I mix is called gain staging. And what gain staging is basically, instead of moving your mixers first, you're going to want to gain stage all of your sounds to -12 dB, and then you mix it from there. So for example, we have these reverse strings here. I turned off the gain plugin, but here's what it sounds like without. You can see it's hitting about -6.7. So we're going to add a gain and bring it down to where it hits -12 dB. Alright, so we set the gain to about -6.1, and that's good enough for me. So basically, you're going to want to do that for all your sounds, and after you do that, then you can bring all your levels down from there. So after you gain stage, your mix is going to sound a little quiet after you've lowered all your sliders and gain staged. So right here, for example, it's peaking around -8. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a maximizer. I use Loud Max by Thomas Munt. And basically, you see where it peaks -8, we're going to bring the threshold to -8. Alright, so now that the track is mixed and mastered, I'm going to show you how I arrange my beats. So in the beginning, I just have the reverse strings and piano, and then I add in the halftime glockenspiel, and then I add in the roots rock to kind of build up the momentum, and almost all of the instruments except for the mellotron flute. And then I have the chorus hit, and then also during the chorus we have a little cutout section, and here's what that sounds like. And so for this verse, we just have the glockenspiel piano with the drums except for the open hat and snare. Then halfway through this verse, we add in the guitar. Chorus again. For this verse, we have the glockenspiel and all the glockenspiels and the guitar, without the hi-hat too. And then for this next half of the verse, I add back in the snare and add in the reverse strings. And then I have a bridge section just playing all of the instruments except for the guitar and mellotron. And then right here I have the chorus again, and then it breaks off into a little section with just the instruments. And then I have a fade out on the master, which I use Shift Command M to bring out the stereo output. And then I automate it so that the volume goes down. And yeah, that's the beat. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and also you can listen to Icy on SoundCloud and YouTube. And if you want to buy the beat, you can buy it on my BeatStars. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.